I'm here today to tell you about a stock with huge upside potential and very little downside risk. My name's Shane. I go by Shane Your Danger. Most of my videos are about freediving, but this is so exciting. I had to pop on today to tell you guys about this unique opportunity. I don't know if you want to call it that. Don't take any of this as financial advice. It's something that I'm investing in and there's a lot of hype about, and I just thought I would make a video about it. You know already that this video is about Beyond Meat. And if somehow you've never heard of Beyond Meat before, Beyond Meat is a meat replacement product that is made from plants or something. To be honest, I don't think that I've ever eaten it, and I don't know if I would. It's just not my thing. I like eating meat. But for people that want to replace meat and are looking to go vegan or vegetarian, I think it's a really cool product. And as far as a company is concerned, I think it's a company that deserves to exist. So I briefly want to go over with you the price history of Beyond Meat. And if you're at this point in the video and you're wondering, why should I take investment advice from a guy who isn't even sitting at a computer with 5 monitors and a bunch of charts and everything? Good, you shouldn't. Don't take financial advice from me. I'm not a financial advisor. I just have a phone and I buy and sell stocks a little bit, and I just thought that this was a good idea. So I'm only doing as much research as the average ape might do for this. It seems like Beyond Meat IPO'd for like 170 bucks, and then it had an all-time high of somewhere around 170. The stock today is not doing so hot. So after 2021, it had a pretty steady decline all the way down until 2023 when it was like 15 bucks. And then now, for the last 2 years, it's been in the 2s and 3s. And just the other day, it got all the way down to penny stock territory. It was only 53 cents. The peak market capitalization, which in my mind is like how much the company is worth basically, was $10 billion when their stock was at its all-time high. Now it's all the way down to 50 million, which is crazy that this thing that I feel like a lot of people still know about, like just the other day when we were at the hospital and Britt was delivering our baby boy, there was Beyond Meat as the only option for meat on Monday. And I was like, can I get some real food here? So I guess they're still doing meatless Mondays. I don't know, but it was still there on sale. And I think you can still get it at Burger King. Like, it still exists. It's still out there, but the stock price has really, really fallen. So there's a lot of reasons their price of stock can fall. The main thing is that people aren't investing in the company anymore. Less people are buying the stock, less people are buying the products, and the price goes down. But something that's happening to a lot of companies out there is that hedge funds like Citadel are seeing them as a company that's weak with the potential to destroy it for their gain. So the way that they do that is they take out a short position against the company, and every time the stock goes down, this hedge fund makes more money. A man who is regarded as doing it the most to companies that we care about, like Gamestop in 2021, is Ken Griffin. He's the CEO of a company called Citadel, which is a hedge fund that, as far as I know, primarily shorts companies and wants to destroy them. Now, if you don't know what a short position is, I'll try to explain it really quickly and easily, but I'll give you a link in the description where you can go read more about it and really get the full understanding of what this is. So a short is basically, I will borrow some shares from someone and I will sell them at the current price. And later on down the line, I will buy them back, ideally at a smaller price. So if Citadel would have bought these shares at the all-time high of 170, and let's just say for simplicity, they bought 100 shares. So the most that they can earn from this short position is $17,000, and that's if the company goes all the way to zero. Now, in order to cash in on that, they have to buy back shares at a lower price. That is like what finishes the deal. So you might be wondering, what happens if they try to buy back the shares and they can't? So if there's no shares available for them to buy, then the price will squeeze. So one question that I had about shorts is, do they have an expiration? Is there something that makes it end at a certain point? And what happens is the person who lent the shares out, so in this case, let's say I lent the shares to Citadel, then I could at any point demand those shares back. I could say, I'm done loaning the shares to you, I would like them back. And they have to fulfill that right away. So reasons that that could happen from a larger entity would be that either the borrowing party has too much leverage, so they're too high risk, they don't seem like they're going to be able to pay back all of this money, or if they're losing too much money. So then the lender will be like, give us that back before you lose any more of our money and you have to file bankruptcy and you can't pay us back, whatever it is. Which leads us into the next thing that you need to learn about to understand what's about to happen with Beyond Meat. We have the potential to be coming into a short squeeze. Now, you may have heard of a short squeeze before. It's something that happened with Volkswagen in 2008 and also Gamestop just a little bit in 2021. Now, the Volkswagen short squeeze was absolutely crazy. I don't know the numbers offhand, but I know that that one truly short squeezed, and for a moment, Volkswagen was the most valuable company in the entire world. So to explain what a short squeeze is, basically the person who borrowed all those shares and sold them at that high price and needs to buy them back to return them to the person that lent them is saying like, okay, I have to buy them now, but then there's no shares available to buy. And so they keep saying, okay, I'll buy them at 10 bucks. I'll buy them at 20. I'll buy them at 40. Please, I need them so bad. I'll buy them at 100. Okay, fine. I'll buy them at 1,000. Just give me the shares, please. I need these last 100 or whatever it is. And so because of that desperation, because they have so much demand and there's so little supply, the price goes to infinite is the dream. So the reality of what's probably going to happen is that there are very few outstanding shares. So that's the shares that are available to be bought back for Citadel to return to their lender. And the way that we, the people, can capitalize on this is if you buy and hold shares, then inevitably the price has to go up because Citadel will literally be coming to you, and I mean, they're not gonna like DM you, but they're going to be looking to you to put them up for sale so that they can buy them so that they can return them. So I've done my best to explain what a short squeeze is, and I know it probably wasn't perfect, so I've also included a link to a good description of a short squeeze so that you can go check it out and try to understand it better yourself, or just be an ape and say, yeah, I get it, good enough, like put like you buy the Beyond Meat shares, you make money. It's simple. Okay, so something that my brother sent me that is literally a ChatGPT screenshot. So, you know, take this information with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. And I'm just gonna read it just because I wouldn't be able to pretend that I understand this stuff, but it makes sense when you read it. So a short interest float ratio, short 20%, short percent of float above 20% is generally considered high and at risk of a short squeeze, but context matters. Okay, so I had to read this like 5 times because I was like, wait, it says above 20 is high, and the float ratio for Beyond Meat right now is 63%, which is insane. That is triple what they would consider high. So it's high as hell right now. And I don't have the exact number offhand to say like what GameStop was when, but it feels like what GameStop felt like in those first days. And I remember buying my GameStop shares like the day that I heard about it, and that would have been like tomorrow for the schedule of how this is going, or maybe even the next day was when like people really started to talk about it, started to get posted on social media, stuff like that. So I'm trying to get ahead of this curve and talk to you about it now, and then hopefully by Wednesday when it's really popping off, you already knew and you already had the opportunity and you're like, damn, I wish I would have bought it. Again, not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go do this. Just if you decide to do it, your results could be very good. Okay, so if we look at the Beyond Meat price over the last week or month, we can see that it still was slowly coming down, and then it hit that bottom of 52 cents is what I'm seeing, and then it started to come back up. And I feel like that moment when it comes back up is the really critical moment to look at. And we were also seeing a lot of hype on Reddit, even 3 days ago. And I'm hoping that they posted this like Friday afternoon, so I wouldn't have had a chance. But if they would have posted it Friday during the day and I would have bought the options that I have right now that doubled today, they would have gone up 1,300%. So I would have changed the $400 that I put in into, so it would have changed the 400 that I put in into 5,200, which would have been really, really cool to have that made in just a day. So after hours today, the stock peaked at $1.74, and I was seeing posts like this thing could go to 10, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you look at it and you think, okay, it was down to 52 cents and it's been under $10 for the last like 3 years. But you say that and you think that, and then it's the same thing with GameStop. Like you would say, this company's dead. It was worth $1 2 years ago. How is it gonna go up to $400 in a day? And then it literally did. I don't wanna act like I'm promising this or anything. It's just speculation. I'm just saying that it could. And to me, it's like not worth missing out on the chance of trying and just throwing a couple bucks at it, grabbing 10 shares, whatever, you know, maybe you make 30 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever. And there's a bigger reason that I'll get into later about why I think that you should hold shares in this company. So when the GameStop short squeeze happened, and to be honest, I feel like it never actually happened. I feel like we got a taste of it. And when Robinhood shut trading down for GameStop, it killed it and shut it off. And Citadel is an investor in Robinhood. So I think that some phone calls were made. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on right now. I've got a couple of conspiracies about this, but I think that moves were made to prevent GameStop from going to $1,000, $2,000 per share that day. And I think that it would have. Citadel's part in GameStop was that they invested $2 billion into Melvin Capital, who had a short position on GameStop. And because of the retail investment into GameStop during all of that happening and GameStop still being invested in, there are still fans of the stock on Reddit that are buying the shares and saying this is going to go to 30, 40, whatever. Just holding those shares means that the company can still exist. And it prevented Melvin Capital from exercising those short positions and profiting, and they went out of business. And I feel like this is like a David versus Goliath story where we, the people, bought this stock because we loved it and we cared about it and we had nostalgia for GameStop. You know, I remember going there and getting games and getting ripped off when I brought the games back and buying a different game and buying Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and just like so many good times going into GameStop. And it was better than like going to the electronics section at Walmart, you know, like it was just games and they had guys that knew what they were talking about. Like to me, this is a company that should continue to exist. There's always going to be games. People should be able to go to a store that is just game specialist and be experts in those products. And so that is proof that retail investors can buy and hold on to stocks and take down these evil hedge funds that want to destroy these companies that are staples of our existence as people. Like we like to be able to have options of where we're going to buy things. And we don't want it to only be Walmart or only Amazon. We want to have specialty stores and specialty things and, you know, a small, like, you know, it's a big company, but it still feels like a small shop in your community where there's that weird dude that works there and you can have a relationship with him. You can't have that at Walmart, like just be honest. So I've mentioned this a couple of times throughout the video, but I just really want to stress this. If you want to be a part of this, you have to buy and hold the share. You can't just buy it, you know, for the price, sell it when it doubles, and then you're out and, you know, I did my part, you're done. Like if you want to be a part of this as like a movement, if you want to feel that feeling of taking down this massive hedge fund that destroys companies that we love, you have to buy and hold the stock. And for the millionth time, this isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you that you should go and do this as an investment opportunity or whatever it is. I'm just saying that this is the way that it works. If you want to fight against their short position, you must be holding the stocks. That's the quid pro quo for that. So something that I mentioned before about GameStop that is a potential problem for Beyond Meat is like we all have those good memories of going into GameStop and, you know, getting a game, or, you know, your aunt is visiting and she wants to take you out to spend 40 bucks on you and you say, I'm going to GameStop and I'm going to get a game. We don't have that nostalgia for Beyond Meat. I don't think anyone is looking back when they were 5 years old and remember the first time that they had a Beyond Meat burger and it was a positive experience. Like if you're vegan, vegetarian right now, I'm sorry, like it's just not for me. I can't get on with Beyond Meat for myself. It's just not my thing. I even tried to be vegan for a month and I was very committed to it. And looking back, I should have just been eating food that I find healthy now, which is just like whole foods and things in moderation, a balanced diet. But I mean, steak is just so nutrient dense. I feel like it is so good to eat steaks. Having said that, I see lots of potential in what Beyond Meat is doing moving forward. Now, their stock was all the way down to 52 cents on Friday. And today, Monday, when I'm recording this, they came out with a brand new product and announced it on their Instagram account. I think that it just shows their grit and tenacity that they're like, okay, our stock is plummeting. We don't care. We're coming out with a brand new product and we will be able to continue to offer vegan, vegetarian options for those who want it. And to me, that's the main important thing, is that I know that there are people out there that want those options. And even though I don't want it, I know that they might. And without this company existing, it's harder for them to find it, right? Like, then they're like moving steps back. They have to only have tofu, or they only have nuts and veggies, or whatever it is that vegans eat, Oreos, I don't know. And I feel like it should be the free market deciding, like, the company should go out of business because nobody wants it. It shouldn't be because there's this hedge fund that says we can make $200 million if we kill this company, so that's what we're gonna do. I feel like it's our duty as people who know someone that's vegan, or if you ever try to date a girl that's vegan, you need to join this movement and tell Citadel, we don't want this company going out of business. I want to stand up and fight for them, and I want to band together with my other people who like vegan food, and we're gonna say, no, you can't kill Beyond Meat. If you guys like this video, especially if you're new here, if you came from the finance world and you watched this and it was actually good, please let me know in the comments. I've never ever made a finance video. I've never even talked about finance on any of my videos ever. Maybe in live streams I would talk about it briefly, but I never felt confident to do this. And then my brother was the one that turned me on to the Beyond Meat buy, and I bought it this morning. I got 20 contracts for $1.50 strike price on Friday. But tomorrow at open, I'm gonna put all the cash that I have like 7,000 cash right now in my investment account. I'm putting all of that into Beyond. I'm going all in on this. And I think that it is poised to continue to grow far past expectations for myself. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, what I think for myself. You should do your own research about it. You should go on Reddit, look at what people on Reddit are saying. You should, try to find all the news and information you can, learn about shorts and short squeezes, and make your own educated decision about what you want to do. But the bottom line is that if you want to fight against the short position, you have to buy and hold shares. Like I was saying, if you like this video and you think I should make more videos about finance, whatever, because they're really good monetizing on YouTube. Like, I know that finance videos make really good money. Then I could continue to do so. I don't know what I would make videos about because I'm not that good at investing. I'm doing my best right now, but I feel like it's just on easy mode for the time being. It's not like it's a bear market and somehow I'm profiting. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'll make another video on Friday, maybe, if this thing goes crazy and there's a lot of people that are talking about it and I want to talk about it again. And so maybe I'll see you then. Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye.